Hey gents, exclamation point. With AMD silently announcing FSR 4 based on machine learning, do you think it would be the main upscaler in the upcoming or the incoming Microsoft handheld, aka X-Boy? Cheers!
Oh boy.
Exclamation point. Alex, I'm going to pose that question to you, but first of all, X-Boy.
Don't Google X-Boy. I don't know. It sounds wrong. And in this case, I mean, yeah. I mean, doesn't it that
makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, that all sounds right. In spite of what Microsoft's kind of implication and pre-release of Xbox Series X discussion was about them using their own machine learned upscaler, nothing seems to have come of that outwardly. They are embracing standards on PC that are more open and flexible, and it seems like FSR is the thing that's driving them at this point. So that's what I would imagine to be the case. Yeah, actually, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's worth pointing out that I did actually get some attention from Microsoft and indeed cooperation in putting together my Auto SR video, which kind of surprised me because, you know, why would Microsoft be that interested in me talking about an upscaler that you can only use on a Qualcomm Surface laptop? So maybe there is something to it. What do you think, Oliver?
Yeah, I do. I think it's reasonable, but I do wonder about the X-Boy, so-called, because it really depends on whether it's an Xbox handheld, and you do have that kind of buy-in from game makers to build games for that handheld, or if it's more of like a PC thing, or if it's somewhere in between. Like, we don't really know exactly what form that might take at the moment, and if it is more flexible there, then presumably you'll have some choice over that upscaling solution, so it might be the default de facto for that console, but it might not be in reality the, you know, mandatory default in a lot of titles. But in any case, the way that AMD is discussing FSR 4, and in particular the way that AMD manager discussed FSR 4 the other week, did not seem to suggest a technology that was on the verge of release. It seemed to suggest something where, hey guys, I just heard about machine learning, you know, get you to write a machine learning upscaler, I guess. You know, get cracking 9 months ago. So presumably that is still ongoing work.
That quote is amazing. It's still great. Like, as if no one knew about it until this guy came into the room and said, guys, what about machine learning? I love it.
Yeah. So if that's the case, I mean, it would presumably still be some ways out, but perhaps it would coincide with an X-Boy, so to speak, especially if an X-Boy has like an NPU, and if it is an NPU-based solution, as you guys speculated last week, I think that could be reasonable, and that would be certainly in line with what we see from Auto SR, where they're kind of designing it to run on a low-power NPU dedicated block of the SoC there.